Next Step Southwest, your regional Uni Connect programme, is funded by the Office for Students. We're a collaboration of 14 partner universities and colleges throughout Cornwall, Devon and Somerset. Considering returning to study after a break can feel more challenging, with more obstacles in your path. The people you'll hear from in this film have all encountered and overcome many barriers, yet their desire and determination to change their lives by doing an HE course, along with the right support and information, has propelled them over the obstacles. We hope you find their experience informative and inspiring.
I went to college a couple of times when I was kind of 16 and 17, and it just wasn't the right time for me. Then I spent 20 years as a chef, and as soon as that stopped, I just felt like I should get back into education. I applied and I got into Exeter, so I ended up here. So it was kind of accidental. I didn't really mean to get back into this, but now I'm loving it and I just want to continue for as long as possible. Having kids and doing a degree, trying to take care of the house, trying to make sure you're shopping and housework and stuff is taken care of, it does take a bit of time management, but I also think as an adult learner it's easier because I've had experience in the workplace. I've had to manage my own time for a long time. I think I'd probably find this a lot harder at 18 than I am finding it at 38. I would say go for it. Go back and study if you were able to.
I remember sitting at my desk one day and I was just thinking, I'm not fulfilled, if you know what I mean. I loved my job, but I didn't feel fulfilled. So I applied for Bristol, Plymouth and Exeter. And then I got acceptance letters back and I was just like, oh my God, I was so excited to have the letters, but I still didn't think I was going to do it. I was just going to put them in a memory box like, oh my God, you made it to this step. But when Exeter's came back, I started thinking, actually, I could do this, I could go because I've got the kids here, there's no commuting. So I just sort of rode the wave and ended up here, so yeah. I was never made to feel like an alien or like you're the oldest and weird. And that was my worry about starting at uni, but no one stared at me when I got here, no one pointed me out. It was just like, I was just another student here.
When you're an older student, you feel like maybe you don't belong at university because you are different from everyone on your course. I'm actually the only mature student on my course as well, so it can feel a bit like you're an outsider. It was much more of a kind of mental challenge than an actual challenge because I've met lots of really lovely people. So yeah, so I would say go for it. It's amazing, and it develops such important life skills, not just when you're kind of in your early 20s, but even as an adult coming back, you develop skills that you wouldn't have developed otherwise, potentially in the workplace. And I think those are really valuable and they're what employers look for, and if you want to make a change in your life, then I think go for it.
I was very, very poorly in my later 20s and I was actually made medically retired, and I went back to a local college just to do an evening class, and then they said, oh, you've got something here, do you want to do an access course? And then from there they said, do you want to come to university? University of Exeter was here on my doorstep and I was very lucky to be accepted to come here. Especially as an adult learner coming back to university in my 30s, the learning was different, how it was taught was different, the technology was different, and actually I felt a bit like a dinosaur. And there was all of these 18 and 19-year-olds who knew exactly how to, make a PowerPoint and were brilliant on maths or stats software, and I felt like I was absolutely useless, but there was lots of help available to kind of get me up to speed. When some people are afraid and they say, oh, well, I'm in full-time work and how would I give up that work and those earnings and that sort of thing. But if this is your first time coming to study, then there is lots of financial help available, grants and loans, there's lots of support. I'm really passionate about education doesn't need to be finite and it doesn't need to be at an early age. We can keep on learning throughout our lives. And I think if somebody's got a passion for something, go for it. It's been amazing for me. And like I said, I'm doing something post-grad that I never dreamed I would be doing.
I was diagnosed with a chronic illness, and the career that I was doing at the time was physical and I couldn't do it anymore. So I hadn't done a degree before, I'd done a diploma in nursing, so the idea was to come back and get some more qualifications. So obviously my health is a big obstacle, but being a mature student, that comes along with it, and I think because it's already expected that you'll have other things that are taking your energy alongside your university course, that that was easily dealt with, the expectation of time and commitment. In order to succeed, you have to work beyond easy. It is hard, it is demanding, and you will be pushed. And I think if you haven't got the right motivation in the right places, you will struggle. If what you want is to achieve your degree, you'll do really, really well.
Visit us at nextstepssw.ac.uk to explore a range of resources, including support with careers and courses, plus get more inspiration with our films and HE Knowledge Hub podcast. Follow us on social media at nextstepssw and join the conversation #UniConnect.